Help me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So it's a very dark, cold, rainy evening here in the UK. So I thought I would just light some candles, some incense, and just sit and have a look at this new deck that I've got, which is the Mahābhārata Oracle by Gita Raj. I'm so excited to have this deck. As you know, I'm not massive into oracle decks. I'm more of a tarot person. However, nowadays, and I did kind of, go for a phase where I had about 80 plus oracle decks, and I'm down to about 40 plus now. So I've nearly halved them by giving a lot away. And I like to have oracle decks that are a little bit different, and that they've, got some representation from other cultures. They're both light and shadow, and not all sort of rainbows and unicorns and things like that. So this one in particular really appeals to me because I love anything that has or draws from the kind of Hindu deities or pantheon, and as particularly around lots of the cultures, Indian cultures, and this one in particular really speaks to me. I have seen a couple of cards from the Schiffer catalogue actually, but other than that I've not seen or I've not watched any walkthroughs of this deck. So this is a Schiffer deck, and I know that means I'm going to get really good kind of quality cards and everything else. It's in a lovely box, one of these kind of magnetic boxes. It's nice and compact. The cover is beautiful. It's raised up and it feels almost I don't know, it almost has like a rubbery texture. It's beautiful. It's really nice. So on the back it says, inspired by one of the oldest and greatest epics known to man, the Mahābhārata, the oldest recorded document in existence. It's reflective of human errors and foibles, a triumph of good over evil. Heighten your awareness with this intriguing original 36 card deck and guidebook, which embody archetypes of the attributes of the human psyche, born of emotions and feelings that recur periodically. A wide spectrum of emotions, dualities, miracles, philosophies, spirituality, and other elements are displayed. The rich and striking card images display concepts such as space travel, ancient sci-fi, elastic time, astral travel, visitations, and more. All is here, and the otherworldly connections will spur you to expand your psyche, and you'll witness the poetic beauty of ancient tradition as they transform the spiritual teachings presented in this powerful package. So wow, that reads so well, doesn't it? It's very intriguing. Oh, on the inside we have a bit here about the creator, Gita Raj, deeply in tuned with spiritual, all things esoteric from an early age. Or a daughter of an insightful palmist. Also an instructor of yoga and meditation. She utilizes her experience in health and fitness field to channel her energy to provide spiritual guidance to questions about relationships, career, health, weight loss, and personal growth. So yeah, so let's have a look. We get a little book. We'll have a look at the book first. So nice little compact book. There we have black and white reproductions of the card images, and it is 96 pages. Looks like we get a quick reference guide here, card references and artists. Oh, so the artists are all, well, not all different, but they're using a few artists. So it looks like we have Ricardo Silva, Christopher Ivy, Roberto Oritz, Sukrit. Yeah, so probably those 5 artists, is it? Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see what we get. So Red Feather, part of Schiffer, 2020, so it is a new deck. This work is lovingly dedicated to my father, who was so open and broad-minded enough to encourage me to accept and develop my psychic abilities at a very young age. I'm always envious of people that's been brought up sort of in a kind of very open, when it comes to spirituality, you know, to be able to freely explore things, rather than myself, who was brought up kind of in a religious setting. So we've got acknowledgements, and here we have the table of content. So in the preface, we have the inspiration for the deck, psychic development, getting started, card spreads, and main characters. And then we list all of the cards, conclusion, and big bibliography. And then Gita talks here at the beginning. My first psychic experience happened at the age of 11. I began to hear voices telling me of the things I needed to know. For example, where to find my missing homework book and so on. Wow, so she gives a bit of a background. The inspiration behind the deck comes from her heritage, of which she's very proud. The Mahābhārata is one of the oldest and greatest epics known to man. Yeah, there is a discourse within the epic between Krishna and Arjuna called the Bhagavad Gita, which I've read, and that was really interesting. I read that about 15 years ago. So yeah, psychic development. So it talks about the different clairs here: clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, which I think I've told you before. I did a development circle back in 2002 with Miriam Gifford, who's part of the Mr. Gifford psychic fairs that used to travel around the country. And I did a development circle, and I was told at that development circle that I was clairsentient because I picked up on energies, and I was very good at psychometry. Dreams and meditation. So this is quite nice. I like the idea of that. And then how to get started. Before you begin with your readings, I would recommend that you familiarize yourself with the cards, study each card in detail, note the color, the expression of the character, and other background features. Close your eyes in quiet contemplation for a few moments and focus on what comes to mind. Gather your thoughts, feelings, sensations, and impressions regarding the card you have observed. Assemble all those observations and make a mental note. Read the guidebook from the background story and the interpretation. Now go ahead to begin your readings. And then we have card spreads here. Of course, we have the 3 card past, present, future. Probably my least favorite card spread, past, present, future. Somebody that just reads cards every day. I don't really get anything out of keep seeing my past. So I prefer my own kind of spreads, to be honest. Here we have the Celtic spread. And then we have the main characters here. Below is a list of principal characters and their relationships to each other. Now I'm not going to be able to pronounce. We've got Bhishma, half uncle by marriage of Pandu. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to pronounce all these names, but that's fine. Wow, so there's some real, there's Brahma, Krishna, the supreme avatar of Vishnu and supporter of the Pandavas. And that's why Krishna is blue, because he's an avatar, as in, you know, living again. Arjuna. So some of these I recognise, but not all of them. And then we go straight into the cards, which we will have a look at now. So I love the inside. We have the Om symbol here, and this box is a lovely sturdy box. Oh, and the cards are gilded. I like them. It's not as easy to slide off as I was hoping it would be. Put them away. little bit of plastic left over there. Pop that in there. So the backs are nice as well because they have the Om symbol on the backs too. And I love this kind of crackle effect. I'm not sure if you can see that clearly, but it's like a marble effect. I said the lovely gilding on the cards. Cardstock is really nice, but that is one thing that Schiffer really know how to do, is their cardstock. It's really nice. This is matte. As you can hear, there is a sheen, but it's a matte finish and it's lovely. So let's have a look at the cards. I think they said there was 36. Is that right? Yeah, 36. So we have power. We really get that sense of power here with this crossbow. And notice the design. I like this design here. Invincible. Desire. So I guess we're getting kind of attributes rather than who they are, and that's great, because I was going to think, oh, you know, I'm going to struggle to read all these names. But if we look at 3 for desire, the book then tells us who the character is. Half demon, half woman represents the she-devil. I think you'd pronounce that as Hidimba. Hidimba. Half demon, half woman represents the she-devil of ancient times. Hidimba was sent to kill the Pandavas, but upon arriving at their cottage, Karma, Cupid struck her and she became attracted to Bhima, one of the Pandava brothers. Wow, so you get a nice little bit of history as well. And then it tells you about when this card appears. It means that you have such strong desires that you're willing to sacrifice something or anything in order to fulfill them. You may experience a strong yearning, an overwhelming longing, an eagerness to obtain someone or something. Your heart is set on a certain target and you wish to use all your resources to achieve it. Whether it is love or something else you desire, you are determined to find a way to achieve it. By thinking outside the box, you may access an idea that proves fruitful. So I like that. I love the fact that we get the attribute of the card, the quality, choice, and the artwork is beautiful. I love the colours. This purple is so rich. That's gorgeous, that tree. Shelter. Warrior. And even though these cards are gilded, they're not stuck together at all. They're lovely. We have virtue. Preconditions. Nectar. That is stunning. This is obviously off the cover of the box and the book, and it is just so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I've got a wooden painted elephant that is fashioned on Ganesh, but it's beautiful like this with all the gorgeous colours and mandalas and patterns. Victory. We have love. Greed. Expertise. Wow. Strength. Intuition. It's beautiful. I love that card. Gratitude. Balance. Very sort of yogic pose there. That looks like our Krishna. Universe. And we have sacrifice. Oh, I love that. Abundance. Who is 21? Let's have a look. 21 is Kubera. Dedication. Adventure. We have the ego and beauty. Imagination. 26. Vyasa, I think that's how you say his name. The grandfather of the Pandavas and Kauravas. Beautiful meditation pose though, look. Gorgeous. Gift. Patience. Reprisal. Superpower. Self-study. We have justice. Trickster. Infinity. That's beautiful. What a gorgeous image. And it's one of those shells that you could just listen into. Beautiful. Ambition. And impartial. So let's have a shuffle. So it shuffles nicely. As I said, no cards are stuck together. Beautiful quality. Oops. In terms of size, they are kind of like your standard oracle size. If I compare it with a tarot size, you get the idea. So a little bit bigger, but quite a wide card. Let's see what we get. We get sacrifice. Yeah, well, sometimes that's what we're faced with, having to make those decisions to let something go. And sometimes those sacrifices may seem very harsh, but usually it's to make way for something better to come in. Or for the betterment of somebody else. We sacrifice something from ourselves because we know that by doing so, then that has a positive impact on the life of somebody else. And when we really look back further into the future, looking back, it never seems the sacrifice that it felt that it would be at the time. So it's a lovely card. All right, so that is the Mahābhārata Oracle by Gita Rash. It's new out this year. It's available from Schiffer, Red Feather. And yeah, I'm looking forward to working with it. Let me know your thoughts. Is this a deck that's on your wish list? Have you purchased it recently? And what do you think? Let me know. And yeah, until next time, guys, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.